It is Stars Without Number, White Wolf Pyre, session 11. Time for the recap.
Yeah, so essentially, F-350 saved our lives by breaking us out after ramming his head into a wall a bunch. Korvold fixed him up. Korvold's new boyfriends came and joined us and told us they'd get us off the planet in exchange for a replicant. We ran in, discovered the owner was a replicant. He was nice enough to jump on the back of F-350 and we drove out with him. Then Korvold and him were on a massive fight. And F-350 almost died and he was very cute. And we finally managed to kill him and we hopped on a ship and left.
Yeah, Rancid is the replicant.
Yep.
Yeah. Owner of the Scarlet
Crimson Vapor.
Crimson Vapor. I knew it was like red. Like, damn, what red color is it that's not red? We got on a ship and we're in space, right? So
yeah,
we're off.
F-350 got out of there. You left the Crimson Vapor, and then Nils and Chloe met up with you and told you that Rancid was probably a replicant and worth some money. So that's when you rolled back in and managed to defeat him. And then Paul Anka, of course, engaged in the fight and managed to escape. And Nils had called his ship in to pick you guys up. And that's where we left off. You are all in the truck as it's ascending up into the sky as this tractor beam is pulling it up.
Nils mentioned that General Marquardt would be happy to see us.
Yes, he did that.
So presumably we're on our way to meet General Marquardt for the first time in this campaign.
That's good. You go meet with him. I'm going to the hospital beds.
I don't know what the climate control is in F-350. You get to a certain point where the air is probably pretty thin in the vehicle. If you haven't already, some of you may pass out.
Oh, I'm out. I'm on 1 HP. I'm out.
Yeah, I don't think F-350's cabin filter is vacuum tight, so.
And also your windshield's cracked.
Yeah, but that's laminated glass, so you got glass, plastic, so it's not actually breached.
So probably what F-350 would know is that most of the people, except Nils and Chloe, seem to be okay. You get to a certain altitude where everybody seems to be passed out just from the stress of the situation and how tired everybody is. It's not life-threatening, just the air's thin enough that just causes that. And the ship is right there. You can feel a large clunking noise as you are baptized to the ship. And they send out like these large tubes that connect to probably like the passenger side, driver's side window, and with a ladder, and a couple individuals come in back suits and kind of help everybody out and assist them to get into Nils' ship, give them some breathing apparatus. Process probably takes about 30 minutes and you depart. That's a good question. I mean, I guess technically you could transform at some point and come inside.
True. Wait, no, I've already used that for today, so
right. Once per day.
I'd have to wait a while.
So you could send Janitor Bot with them.
Yeah. Yeah, Janitor Bot will go with them.
So indeterminate amount of time passes. You all wake up in a lounge area, just kind of sitting around. There's some soft music playing. There's a piano in the corner that is not being played. Some lamps with fine shades on them, some low light. It's very relaxing. Nils is there in his bathrobe, of course, smoking. There's a rug on the floor. It's pretty comfortable. There's a plate of drinks in front of you and some some food in bowls. It looks like oatmeal. It looks kind of lumpy and gray.
Probably the second janitor bot notices that Corvald has awoken. You're gonna hear over the comms frequency. Corvald, I require maintenance. Armor percentile is at 20%.
Corvalds, did we use all of the? No, we didn't use all of the spare parts. I think we used 4
Yeah,
of them.
because we only had an hour.
Yeah, we only had an hour, so we used 4.
Yeah. I'm coming. I just woke up. Give me like 10 minutes. I'm not getting young. I'm not young anymore, you know?
Inside check.
So Corvold's going to go through his waking up routine, which involves going to the bathroom a couple times.
Yeah.
Believe it
Yeah,
involves
it's a
calisthenics,
very
too.
nice tiled bathroom. It's almost as big as the sitting room you're in. It's got like a sauna in here and a huge walk-in shower and a soaking tub.
Does it have a bidet?
Of course it does.
Yeah, Corvold's going to take a long time in the bathroom as he thoroughly cleanses areas that haven't been cleansed in a while. But eventually he comes out and finds the spare parts and begins working on F-350.
Is that some kind of check you're gonna have to make? Okay.
No, you just have a fix. It just has a requisite fix threshold. Like you have to have like a fix 0, but you don't have to like make checks. You just have to spend time.
15 minutes per 2 HP and 1 piece of scrap, if I recall.
Yep. So it's going to take a half hour to patch him up.
Okay. Yeah, you'd be given a vac suit that they have on hand, and everything would be done. You realize you're out somewhere in space as you making the repairs. Somebody by the name of Dane insists on joining you. It's hard to see. He looks to be like 14 or 15 years old. And immediately he finds, he hands you the vac suit. He seems really eager. He's like, what are you doing? And when he finds out what you're doing, he gets his vac suit on and he grabs a bunch of tools and goes to help you.
Now, Dane, what are you a mechanic?
I mean, I watched a lot of Spoogle videos, man. I could probably figure this stuff out. I mean, you sure you can handle yourself out here? I mean, I don't want you to like get hurt. You drift off into space, and I've seen plenty of person get spaced out here. It's not pretty.
I'll be fine, but I always welcome the company.
Okay, yeah.
Even though F-350 is good company sometimes.
He's eerily silent.
He's sleeping right now.
Well, I've been doing this for a long time. I can show you a thing or two if you're interested.
Oh yeah, of course. I just don't want you getting hurt out here. You know how easy it is to break a hip out in 0G.
Does Corvold know if it's easy to break a hip in 0G?
How solid do Corvald's hips feel today?
You realize, I mean, he's just spouting off whatever whatever you have learned, whatever he's learned recently or thinks he knows. One thing you will know, you do notice is that the strange thing about Niles's ship is it seems to be artificial gravity. There's no artificial gravity on most ships, so it's either mag boots or a centrifugal force or one of those things. You probably Corval wouldn't notice because he just gets up and uses the bathroom, and it's kind of you notice like as you're heading out that maybe your steps get heavier, like there's a lot more pushing down on you as you know before you depart the ship. So there's some sort of effect going on, but yeah, there's definitely some kind of artificial gravity he's got going on this ship. As Anne May would realize, it's like she wakes up and you know, nothing's floating. You don't have mag boots on. It doesn't have that weird centrifugal gravity. It feels normal, like you're almost on a planet.
What hurts? How long have I been out? What's healed?
You've probably been out a day.
Okay.
And you wake up in this lounging room in like a bed it's like a bed / recliner, but it's really comfortable.
How many holes are still in my body from being shot to pieces?
They've been all bandaged up with various sobs and other patches and things like that.
Staples everywhere, what have you.
Yeah.
Take a look around.
Okay, yeah, you see the same thing I described. There's like some nice lamps, freestanding lamps with fancy shades and some kind of oatmeal looking stuff on the table with some wine, and you smell cigar smoke. There's a light on in another room. There's a door that leads to a bathroom, which looks enormous. There's some soft music playing and a piano.
Okay. Is my armor fixed or is it still shredded?
Yeah, no, you're not wearing that. You're just wearing like some kind of fancy dress clothes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was just for the occasion. Is anyone else in the room besides me? Forever alone?
Ide is asleep. And Carlton is like tucked in the corner, and he's like shut off one of the lights as he's trying to, and he's thrown like one of the like there's a table that's got some it's got a cloth on it, and he's tucked himself in the corner and taken that cloth that's over the table, like covered himself over. You can tell it's him, and he kind of peeks out, and you can see he's got his journal he's writing in. And Taylor is in here just sipping a drink and kind of like relaxing.
Okay. I'm going to stand up. And does my body hurt like I have 1 HP left?
Would you get HP back after about a day or no?
It takes 1 week.
1 week to get 1 HP?
You're leveling HP. So 1 week, and then every day after that, you get 2 HP.
Yeah, it definitely hurts. You're stiff, sore, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go back to bed then.
Okay. Taylor just kind of raises his eyebrow and grabs a bowl of this gray oatmeal and starts eating it. So about what, 30 minutes for this repair?
Yeah. You know, I just repaired you, and then you ran right through the wall. But it did save our lives.
What? Yeah, what happened? I got as soon as I got the message from Niles, I came down here as fast as I could. Something must have gone down with Crimson Vapor.
Well, I don't think there's a Crimson Vapor anymore.
Well, there goes my chance of ever going. I heard all kinds of great stuff about it.
It wasn't that great.
Told him I should have gone. I should have gone with him. It would have ended up this way. Oh well.
Yeah, there were let's say us and the owner didn't really get along.
Owner, yeah. Some, what was his name?
Rancid.
Rancid. Yeah. I remember Rancid.
Yeah,
I remember
he,
Niles Close telling something about him. Gold chain and everything. Yeah, he's kind of slippery.
yes. He well, he won't be troubling us anymore.
Wait, is that what Niles brought in? They didn't let me check it out.
It was?
Oh, okay. So better find that. Take a look at it.
Don't go sticking your nose into any and don't get in trouble now.
I mean, like when Niles is in here, I'm like in charge.
Oh,
I
are
mean,
you?
yeah. I kind of run the ship.
Oh, well, never mind. Are you? They're pretty young to be running a ship.
Yeah, but wise. I mean, I learned what to do, how to handle myself. I survived like a whole planet, like my whole city being destroyed. So
Wow.
just kind of just wiped out.
What happened to your city?
Somebody dropped a bomb on it.
And how did you survive?
Just barely. Just barely. Me and Corda got out. Just
You
in the
and
nick of
who?
time.
You and who?
Corda, you seen her? Oh, she probably hadn't been around. She's probably back in her room. She's probably studying what you got, that Rancid guy. She's probably studying it. She
All
like
right,
games and puzzles and stuff like that.
probably. Yes. Supposedly he's of high interest to to uh, other people. And what can you tell me about Niles? He seems like he seems like a fun and gentle fellow. A gentle man, if you will.
Oh yeah, he's absolute class all the time. Class keeps us fed, keeps us, out here doing jobs, keeps us working. We're always learning stuff from him. He's going to turn everything over to me one day, for sure. Everything. I'll be in charge. I'm kind of like under his wing.
Will he retire? It seems like
Uh,
he's got a lot of years left in him.
I think he came out of retirement. I think he's been retired a couple times. He came out of retirement.
Ah, yes, that's easy to do. It's being retired is a boring life.
Yeah, nothing boring about him though. You been into no, you guys are staying like you guys are staying like in his luxury suite there. It's really nice. I've heard it. I mean, I've been in there a couple times, like to pick up some stuff, but it's really nice.
I haven't been, but
Oh yeah.
I at least I did I haven't been, but I could probably get an invite.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably will.
So who does Niles work for anybody?
No, he works for himself. He's independent. Independent. He doesn't answer anybody.
What does he do?
Namely that like, I see AAOS assholes and, all these government people trying to tell us what to do. The sector, different like I mean, different system governments and stuff. They don't mess with us.
You're probably not big enough to be messed with. How do you make ends meet? Do you collect artifacts? Like,
We do, yeah. I mean, we really can't. I mean, can't give away company secrets. We do jobs here and there. Just pick up credit. I mean, when we have to use the whole big bucks bullshit, we do that just so we make some pay for stuff. I mean, but some of the systems still use the old Sin coin. We pick up that too.
How do you pick up Sin coin and big bucks?
Well, big bucks are. It's done through the big bucks app.
Right. But
and the Sin coin is like physical coins. I can show you some. I got some still. I got some. Nils let me keep some from one of the jobs we did.
You have some interesting experiences. Are they dangerous?
I mean, sometimes, but never as dangerous as me almost dying when the city I lived blew up. I mean, everything else has been kind of a breeze compared to that.
I'd imagine.
But Niles told me not to talk about it too much. I get too riled up when I start talking about it.
About your city?
Yeah, I get too worked up.
Understandably. Well, I shan't trouble you. We're almost done here.
Oh, this has been great. I mean, like, I learned something. I could probably do this next time. I bet I could do it.
Oh, the F-350 will allow you, with my direct supervision. I can give it a go.
See, you're dropping stuff already. I don't know if I trust you. As he reaches out and you drop it and it magnetizes. It's luckily you're using magnetized tools and it just sticks to F-350.
Well, I'm not getting any younger.
That's for sure.
Shall we go back in? F-350, how is that? You should have 4 HP back.
Calculating.
I feel good.
Armor capacity at 30%. A 10% improvement.
Well, it's good enough for now.
Affirmative.
Will you be all right here? I guess they don't have room for you inside.
Affirmative.
Well, we might be able to put you in the cargo bay.
This would be ideal, lest a rogue asteroid strike me.
Oh, no. We got a decent nav system. I'm tracking it. Don't worry, you're not gonna get hit. But we're not gonna hit by no rogue asteroid.
Famous last words.
They release the magnet that's holding you, and then kind of maneuver you into the cargo bay with some cables. As Dane seems to, like, as soon as he talks about this, he's leading him. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, Dane leads him and another guy named Muzz come out, and they kind of hook some cables to you. And the conversation you hear is basically Dane telling Muzz what to do the whole time. And Muzz is not particularly happy about it. It's not sure whether Dane actually knows how to do all this stuff, but he sure acts like it because he's seen Muzz do it a couple times, so he's now an expert. So yeah, you're in the cargo bay. There's a couple like plastic drums and stuff in here, and you notice nothing is floating around. There is some sort of artificial gravity on the ship. You can transform if you want and walk around.
Query: where does this artificial gravity originate from?
Are you asking somebody, or are you
I'm just making that statement to anybody who's around and listening.
So as Dane and Muzz are both coming in and they've got their vac suits on, they shut down they closed the cargo hold. They kind of look to each other, and it kind of, you see that they ignore what you say. It looks like Dane's trying to say something, but Muzz, the bigger man, kind of just scoots him out of the cargo bay and back into the depths of the ship. We'll say another day has passed, but I don't think that helped your situation.
I'm 5 days closer, 5 days away. I can't sleep anymore. I'm gonna get up, look around. Well, first things first, I'm gonna check on this gown or whatever I'm wearing and see, do I have my sidearm still?
Your weapons have been kind of neatly stacked on a table.
Mhm. Have they been recharged?
If they needed charging, they would have been charged. Yes.
Has F-350 been recharged?
Probably as soon as he's got in the cargo bay, they'd probably charge him.
Okay. So I'm in some fancy clothing, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like pants and like a shirt and jacket.
Okay. I'm going to go see if I can find any of my friends who are awake other than Carlton, because he's just depressing to be around.
So I'm sure Corval would have walked back in there at some point. I'm sure.
Good morning.
Oh, you look lively.
Yes. This cool recycled air really does wonders for the health.
True. So where are we going?
I have no idea.
That's always a good
But I'm
start.
just along for the ride.
Let's see if we can find someone who can tell us then, shall we?
Yeah. Keeper. As like Corvald like rolls around. Is anyone there? Dane?
Garçon, over here, please. My table awaits.
So a door opens to a room that is not the bathroom.
Oh.
And you hear a click of a light, and Niles walks out in his bathrobe with his cigar. Oh. I see we're up and about.
Good to see you, Niles. I trust you are well rested.
Oh, yes. Of course, very well rested. We are currently assessing the situation. Sent a message. Apparently, General Marquois has been on reassignment. I am currently trying to get a hold of him, but I've sent him a message. Should receive it at any moment. He's usually fairly prompt.
Does that name mean anything to me?
Does that name mean anything? Y'all can make a no roll.
And I'm from the city. I probably wouldn't know much about it. I'm only 19, but you never know. Maybe his name's famous on the space web.
F-350 got a 4, so he does not know.
That is a 3 because I'm a -1.
And heat.
No, I mean the name does not strike a bell, ring a bell.
Ring. Yeah. What can you tell us of this General Marquois?
Oh, it's I've known him back. It's been a few years. I've done some work for him, but he's usually on very important projects and assignments. So he is a difficult one to get a hold of. So, but I do have personal contacts.
Being a general, I'm sure he's quite stretched quite thin.
Yes. You could say that.
Have we spike jumped out of the system yet?
Yes, we did. Matter of fact, we did spike out of the GRIS system. We are currently an undisclosed sector, an indeterminate sector.
Indeterminate.
Yes.
Well, that'll make sure the ICWAS never finds you.
That is our intent.
So
Also,
what do you do, Niles? How do you make your living?
Oh, I've told you, I'm an importer, exporter of various goods and items.
Do you specialize in any particular good or item?
Well, sometimes, specialize in retrieving stolen or misappropriated artifacts and items and things that belong to their rightful owners. I've been known to do that.
I've been on those crews before. Good pay. Dangerous work.
Do you have a successor? Dane seems to think that thinks pretty highly of himself.
Oh, Dane, of course, will think very highly of himself. I don't know if Dane is ready for this line of work, but he sure will try.
At least the boy has spirit.
Yes, he does. For now.
Corvald's gonna like cock his eyebrow.
Well, Corvald, you young and spry and think you can wrestle the sector and make it do your will, and then you find out things are not that way. But he's a survivor.
That's what he was saying. That's one of millions, I imagine. Or at least I hope.
Yes. I don't know if you met any of the other crew yet.
Not particularly. Would you mind introducing us?
Oh, yes. Introductions, of course, would be appropriate. I believe that your F-350 is currently in the cargo bay charging. And you did repairs, I've seen, I noticed. Dane gave me a full report.
Yes, he helped a little bit. Unfortunately, we ran out of spare parts. So I can only do so much to patch the holes and the dents and damage that F-350 sustained.
Well, hopefully when General Marquardt receives his reply, I will be able to advance you some steep payment for your efforts in procuring the Rancid, the replicant. Do you prefer big bucks or sin coin?
Big bucks tend to be more used in more areas of the galaxy at the moment.
Yes, it is at the moment. I know a few places who still deal in sin coin, a few systems.
Any ship vendors?
Ship vendors, I'd probably stay away from Vanguard Nebula. Their work has been suspect recently. But I could probably find a few individuals who could procure you a ship and anything you're looking for in particular.
That is a good question. Out of curiosity, I noticed your ship has gravity.
He smiles. Like a Cheshire cat grin at that.
What type
Yes,
of vessel?
it does.
What type of vessel?
What type of vessel? What do you mean?
Well, what classification of ship?
Oh, we're a free merchant, of course.
Really? Quite an extended life support system, then.
Oh, it is. I had the chance to put some personal modifications on it.
Indeed. Corvald, you happen to be an expert when it comes to all things mechanical. What do you think of it so far?
What does Corvald think of it?
I mean, from what you've seen, it's really nice. I mean, this cabin area is like a high class hotel or something. If Corval's has been around the sector for many, many, many years. So this is, yeah, it's upscale.
Does it look like it's like kept in order? Like not just like the facade and the furniture, but like are there wires that are sticking out,
Mm-mm.
or is it, or does like everything appear to be like well trimmed and maintained? And
From what you've seen, it looks well trimmed and maintained. Yeah, especially this area. So this would probably be, you would consider this area like his living quarters, his extended living quarters. But yeah,
this place is excellent. In the sense, it is both exquisite in taste and in make.
Janitor bot would like float up right next to the two that are talking. Yes, I can tell that the reactor on the ship receives regular service. Charging has been completed in record time.
Impressive. Perhaps I might be able to get a tour of your vessel. That'd be very
oh yes, a tour would be might be in order, I would say.
We do have to meet the other crew as well, so we can knock out two birds with one stone. Yeah, so good. This will be an exciting day. It's good to be off of that planet and back onto steel ground again.
certainly
Yes,
is.
it does.
Now the next question I have is, what about the nanites?
Oh yes, yes, yes.
So,
When we speak with Corda, she hopefully will have some sort of answer. I spoke to her about that. Your friend Taylor there should be able to assist, I'm sure. Though he is getting a bit of a, probably sleeping off his debt.
Oh, I haven't even seen how bad it's gotten yet. Can I walk over and check his pad and see how bad it is?
Yeah, it's like screened locked.
Oh.
At like 8,300 credits negative.
It's best if he just doesn't see this right now.
Oh, I'm sure that that might be looked over considering what's happened.
What you mentioned this package deal. Do you know what the package is? He was
Well,
drunk or something.
There are different groups that offer trips to various places in the sector. It's more of an exclusive group that does this. You have to know somebody to actually make it to the Crimson Vapor. So obviously Taylor knows someone that even got the opportunity to go.
Interesting. Well, nothing can be done for him at the moment. I think he needs to rest more than anything.
Yes, but I think he would probably be the one to deal with the nanites. That should be handled before we part ways, I would assume.
Indeed, indeed.
Well, I'm not so sure. I like mine. Why would I want to get rid of nanites?
Well, because they do put a giant target on your head for anyone who knows about them.
Well, from what I understood, from what Taylor had mentioned a few times, is that they are inactive currently.
What would happen if they did activate?
There's no telling. Taylor mentioned something about they were potentially pre-screen technology.
It is untelling what subroutine they may target once they become active. it could have devastating effects on biologics such as you.
That is true. Then I spend a lot of time on starships, and I don't need mag boots sticking to my head all the time either.
Well, you can get yours taken out. I will be the guinea pig. I'm old and, you know, I've been around long enough where if they become active and something happens, then I've at least lived a full life.
Well,
But if something happens and I get cool powers, then that's also great.
Oh, that's what we need. Ancient Corvold laser beams shooting out of your eyes.
oh, it is pre-scream. Anything is possible, Corvo.
Man, to shoot laser beams out of the eyes. That would be wonderful.
It would be dreamy.
Look. Seeing would become a problem suddenly.
Not if you could shoot them out on command.
That's very optimistic. So far, it doesn't seem like we can command much of anything that's happened on that planet. We barely made it off.
One could use the analogy, what a sight it would be.
I think the last thing we need is laser eyes ripping holes in our ships. Anyway,
Well, I will get the crew together. They take a break. He kind of looks down. He actually has a watch. Looks like a ticking watch. He looks at it. He's like, well, in a few hours they'll get their daily allotment of nutrition, and at that point we will have a tour. Their duties should be done. I will check on the message from Marquardt, make sure he responds. He's usually fairly prompt, but I have not heard from him. So
Sounds good.
I will retire to my study here. If you need me, just whistle, knock on the door. Take care. And he excuses himself and goes behind that door. It's like just a wood door that would be in a house, and he closes it. And see hear the click of a light come on. You just kind of see the light behind the door.
well then, what do we do now? We have to worry about that planet still. Supposedly we have that Rose person to deal with. And we have to go ahead and either appease her or at least get her to ignore us from now on.
I hope she didn't hear you say that.
Well, the problem at the end of the day comes down to when we go ahead and finish here, we're either going to have to get a ship and raise enough funds somehow we can afford to hire the Sisters of Karma to come down with us and attack the planet, or we're going to have to go ahead and find some other way to deal with the problem on that planet. We can't just float out here forever. So, with the money we get, what shall we purchase, if possible? What's needed right now in this game? Using my knowledge as a pilot and F-350's incredible knowledge as a truck that's used for transportation of things.
That hard-won truck knowledge.
A hard-won truck knowledge. Ford tough knowledge.
Right.
Okay.
What would we know about the sector trade currently? What are planets in need of? What's trading? What's the market values? Or would we be better off getting into a similar business of procurement, finding and retrieving, or rare items, exotic things? How long has it been since the Sindum War with the Sisters of Karma?
A little over 5 years, 5 or 6 years.
Okay. And how much has the galaxy recovered from that conflict?
For the most part, they have. It's more of each system is kind of run independently, as opposed to the ICAAOS or some other force kind of running things. So each system is kind of does their own thing.
how strong is the ICAAOS at the moment, as opposed to like the Children of the Sector or the Sisters of Karma?
More of they're more of their original intent, which is basically, like research, and they share knowledge about the different systems and stuff like that. It's
So who's controlling the systems?
each, like, warlords, or it might be the Sisters of Karma in one system, or the Yellow Lens in another system, or it just depends on who happens to be there.
Okay, so if I were to pull up the sector map, let me just whip this thing out real fast.
Mm-hmm.
So where would the Yellow Lens be on the sectors right now? Because if I recall, they were a bit of a pirate problem.
Okay, they would be around where Dazzle is,
Brown Dazzle? Okay.
and probably extend out close to the herd system, but far enough away they're not a problem.
Okay. And the Sisters of Karma are still in the bottom left area, the southwest.
That's their home. They sort of patrol the sector for various. The sector for various things. They kind of do some policing, but it's at a very specific reason.
And what about the old Sindum sectors? Who controls them? Still Sindum, or scattered warlords now? Or?
The Golden System is run by those in charge of Pyre. So
the Jawas?
No, the Jawas do not run Sindhu. No.
That's disappointing. Okay, and the Hum system and Drift and Business and Swarm? Are they still kind of Sindum controlled, or?
No, Sindum really has no control whatsoever of anything.
Okay, so these are all independent systems now then?
Yeah, Drift is kind of, the Deviants kind of have a hold on there. Pius kind of is with Hum and Golden.
And this would be common enough knowledge then, correct? Because it's been
it's common enough knowledge.
Okay. Well, the question is, what do we intend to do to earn the funds to build up a force? And who do we want within it? The replicants were a Sindum product. I don't think they're going to be very friendly with us after destroying one and selling it off.
I think we should try to find more followers or more people who worship Rose.
That's an idea. Perhaps we should check a Facebook page.
Yes, and the Church of Rose.
Yeah, it might be a Facebook group already. Okay.
Or her Spitter account.
That is true. How many followers do you think she has? At least 20, I'd say.
She got the check mark.
Does she have the purple check mark?
Yeah, she's got the purple check mark.
Okay. Well,
I would have thought it would have been the golden spittoon.
oh well, that's too commonplace. Everyone expects it. Well, the choice then becomes if we're able to get another ship, which, by the sound of them, it sounds like we'll have the funds for. What type of vessel would we like?
One with a bathroom like that, like this one.
That would probably blow the budget for an entire ship, to be perfectly honest with you. Though we could try, just for you, we'll try. But we have to decide. A free merchant would, of course, be an excellent smuggling vessel if we intend to get into a similar business. We could go with a heavier patrol craft, a combat vessel. And being what we've seen of the Just system, it might be a good idea. On the other hand, though, it might not matter at all if we just crash into the planet again, now would it?
That yet remains capable of atmospheric flight would be ideal.
So a frigate class vessel is what you're thinking?
At the largest.
Okay. So that's going to limit severely the number of people we can bring onto planet. Life support being what it is.
Well, I think you should find other followers of Rose. Maybe there are many, maybe there aren't. But she could imbue us all with her glory and wisdom.
Possibly. Depends how great her powers are.
They've saved us a handful of times already.
They have, but how thin can she spread herself?
Perhaps we inquire if there are any followings of her. Our new friend may know something.
He might. But we can also go ahead and check Spittle while we're here. Does anyone have their compad on them? Or data slate? And look around, see if I find mine.
Yeah, you find yours.
Log on to Spittle and type Rose. Hashtag Rose, hashtag Golden Girls.
Okay, there's a couple of different accounts.
Okay. Does one say the actual with a purple check mark?
Yeah, golden spittoon. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Golden Spittoon.
It's got the golden spittoon in there.
It's verified. Okay. How many followers she got?
5.1 million.
Okay, so not that popular then. Yeah, just see if there's any attached groups to it or what the followers sound like and where a lot of them are. Have Carlton hunt them down for us while he's moping in the background.
Perhaps include in the search parameters related to our icons and tattoos.
Rose, hashtag wolf tattoo, burning wolf, hot puppet.
There's a couple groups that pop up when you do that.
See how many people are in them. Check them out.
There's kind of like meetings and stuff, the Lady of Fire, get together, in the golden system on a pious this day, Rose Appreciation Club in the Shoal system. And then you come across a group they call themselves White Wolf Pyre.
Ah, that sounds familiar.
That one sounds promising.
Where are they?
They're located in the Drove system.
System. I think I've driven there before. Okay, the Drove system. Okay, so Thurian, the planet?
Yeah, there is one planet there, Thurian.
Now that's very weird. This is a tech level 2 planet.
So that's the overall tech level. So that doesn't mean there isn't like high tech on there. It's just the overall level of the planet would be tech 2.
Well, should we give that place a try?
There could be a small settlement.
Shouldn't be too hard to track them down. I'm going to go ahead and follow the Spittle page.
Okay. You do notice they mentioned talking about so when you're looking through there, you see that people have posted pictures of their neck tattoos.
Okay.
F350 will immediately upload a side angle view. The nice pretty angle view when you get the truck at just the right 45.
Little picture of my tattoo. My gang tat.
So it's mid-afternoon. Unless you guys are gonna do more than that, I'm just gonna.
It's fine. I guess Corval would have looked to see if there was any mentions of a fan club.
Yeah, I mean, there's the Rose fan club and the Golden Girls fan. There's thousands of them, various groups.
Gotcha.
Oh, the Rosebud fan club, my favorite.
There are too many fan clubs. They're too popular. This White Wolf Pyre sounds right up our alley, though.
Probably our best hope. Even if they're not in the same way as we are, they might have some information about it or have some understanding that we don't. In that case, let's get ourselves a free merchant when we can and figure out what we can with the general.
Indeed.
So you get to the afternoon. Niles comes out and mentions that Marquardt has not contacted him, but he takes you down a set of stairs into like their eating area. It looks like a common cafeteria. There's nothing super fancy about it. And Dane is down there. He's he looks about 15 or 16 years old, skinny. He's got like 3 bowls stacked up that he's already eaten. He's already on his 3rd bowl of whatever this gray oatmeal looking stuff is. He is woofing it down. And there's an elderly woman there with like a red shawl that's got some geometric shapes on it, just kind of sitting there, kind of watching him. And she sees you guys come in, kind of squints and looks at you. And Niles like, "Oh, Dane, slow down. He's like, I'm trying to get all my nutrition, gotta get my calories, keep calories up." And you hear the rattler scraping of the spoon against the bowl as he finishes that one and gets up and goes over to, it looks like a dispenser. You've seen these, they're like food dispensers, and he presses the button and it spits out this gray looking blobby stuff that he's like, "Oh, it's dessert time."
What does it taste like?
"Oh, this is strawberry shortcake."
Can I have some?
Yeah, and he sticks his the spoon and hands it to you.
He'll pull pop it in his mouth, I guess.
Yeah, it tastes like, for gray looking paste, it tastes like strawberry shortcake. These are common. These are food replicators. You may have, Corval's probably seen one.
It's all the good things about strawberry shortcake and not the calories.
What? And he kind of looks at Niles in disbelief. "Don't worry, Dave. Don't worry. You're getting your calories." Okay. This is Adana here. This is our eldest of the crew, and she kind of, flips her eyes over at Niles and gives him a like burn in hell stare.
Eldest, but clearly the most beautiful. Corval at your service.
She instantly softens at that. "You don't say. Adana at your service, Mr. Corval?"
Yes, Corval. That is what they call me. What brings you aboard this ship? Did you fancy meeting Nils in strange and saucy places as well?
Oh, she about turns red. "Oh, you've procured a good one here." Niles. "Oh, someone needs to have. There needs to be a certain watchful eye on this crew."
I see. Yes, I see. It seems like Dane could. He seems like he would benefit from a watchful eye.
He's a lost cause. But
Does Dane hear that?
yeah, but he doesn't care. He looks up. He's like, whatever. But I definitely. But a real watchful eye needs to be on the more finer things.
I agree. Insert joke about your car warranty soon to be expiring.
You have a moment to talk about your ship's warranty.
What role do you play on this ship, my lady?
Oh, when they need elder sage advice, I am here to offer it to anyone who requests it. I'm here to just bring wisdom and good cheer to all of those on board the ship. Niles looks at her and says, I'm surprised you could say that with a straight face. I think our tour here of the galley is done. You have met Dane and Adana here. I'm sure that they'll be around. And he kind of ushers you out of the room to Adana staring Niles down like she's about to, if she had lasers in her eyes, she would have obliterated him.
Ancient Egyptian laser beams. A lively crew indeed.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is a lively crew. Go down the hallway and up some stairs. And he comes up to like a room that's to the side. He's like, oh, no. Save, that's the that is that'll be the surprise for later. There's like a nuclear radiation symbol on there. It says warning in like 3 different languages.
Well, I think that's a room for you.
So he walks you back into like a small little, almost like a closet. It's got a bunch of tools and stuff in it. And hanging on a hook is Rancid body, kind of like, it's got, looks like little pins, look like toothpicks almost, with little flags on them that have numbers, and it's like, the numbers are into like to the hundreds. And there's a woman hunched over a desk with a bunch of tools and a big magnifying glass. And she's got a bunch of markers. And in the trash can, there's like 3 or 4 markers that have been discarded. And all these little markers. And she's got some kind of piece of paper that she's like writing out and checking. And she's like peering, studying. She kind of gets up and she's got that big eyeglass, or her eye looks like this big as you're looking at her. She flips it up. She's like, why are you disturbing me? And Niles is like, oh, dear guest, who procured you your day's work? And she's like, I hate this shit. Why are you making me do it? Anyway, right, pleasantries. My apologies, as Niles kind of looks at it. Corda is the name. She's an older woman. Her hair is graying, but it's long. She's wearing like a worker's smock.
And May, pleasure to meet you.
And May. Okay. Corvald. Okay. What's this floating thing here?
This is janitor bot connected to F350.
And there's a couple others. I've heard the crying one at night, so
He's still crying.
He
Actually,
does that.
he hasn't stopped.
I think there might be something wrong with his tear ducts. They keep working continually.
So tell me, so you guys managed to take out that replicant. That's impressive. It's very
Yeah, I didn't
impressive.
do anything. I just drove a truck.
It sustained heavy damage impacting walls.
No, in my defense, that wasn't my fault. You are the one who decided to impact the walls yourself.
So the crimson vapor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured there's nothing worth seeing there. I never went there.
I've been to better nightclubs.
Yeah. Well, I got everything I need on this ship right here, so I don't need anything else. Looks at Niles. It's like, this should be done. This should be done. Give me another day. Everything will be tagged. Then I heard something about nanobots. Dane was spouting off about nanobots.
Yes, yes.
Somebody telling him that he'll be running around with a scalpel trying to get it out of your head.
In that case, I think we'll wait for time.
Well, don't worry, he won't get close to you. But I heard something about what about these nanobots?
Supposedly pre-screen technology stuck in our heads when we were on that planet.
She looks at Niles kind of like, is she telling me the truth? And he just kind of takes a puff of his cigar and smiles, and she's like, yeah, whoa. I'd be interested in that. She flips down her little thing and starts looking at you. Where are they at?
We're feeling all over the body, but we know they're certainly within the head.
They do seem to congregate in the cranium.
Yeah, I heard this Taylor is some expert or something. Well, we'll get them out.
That'd be excellent.
All right, well, let me get back to work here, finish this up.
Been a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same, but good luck. She turns back and flips her little lens on and begins to study whatever she's studying and mark stuff. And you can see the head is sitting there, Rancit's head, and it's got all those little tag markers on it.
I'm going to turn to F-350. I don't think she likes me much.
Affirmative.
Niles takes a big puff. He's like, you're not special, dear. She hates everyone.
Oh, excellent.
She's like, I heard that. And she reaches and slams the door as you guys leave.
And the door slams back.
Well, there's one more. Let's see. We've met Adana, Quarter, and Dane. I wonder where Muzz is. And he gets out a little data pad and kind of like hits a little call, and you can hear a sound go off, and he's like, "What? Yeah, boss. Cargo. Okay. He's in the cargo bay. We'll head there." So you head in the cargo bay. F-350's in there, and Muzz is stacking some like empty boxes or barrels or something. He comes walking over. He's kind of a bigger guy. He's kind of short, got long arms. He's kind of gangly. He's a bit but he's got some beard growth, and you can tell that he's got scars because the beard doesn't cover it. It's just like white patches. He's like, yeah. And Niles is like, this is the group. Yeah, he's like, I think that's that F-350's bot there.
Affirmative.
Right.
Hello, my name's Ant-Man. I'm going to hold out my hand.
Yeah, he shakes it. It's a decent handshake.
Okay. Probably a lot more than I can muster with all the holes in my body.
Replicant, you guys should get a decent payday out of that.
What do they go for nowadays?
Man, what time? I don't know. We've never. If Nils brought one in, it was before my time.
So now, do you often go hunting for them?
Oh no, just every once in a while, Aqua will send me a message about one time, and I'll track it down.
Adventurous work, to say the least.
And Muzz is like, I don't think it's that adventurous. We stick to the common space lanes. I mean, it's not like we're going out off sector doing anything, off system. But the pay's good. I can't complain, especially with the boss being right here.
That's understandable. So F-350, how are you holding up?
Armor level at 30%.
I'm gonna go look and see all the holes in it still.
Despite all that damage, as Muzz walks over, he takes out like a rag and spits on it. These wolves on the side are like in pristine shape. Who did this work?
It was a custom job.
Yeah, it was.
Quite recently, actually.
Internal structure remains at 100%.
I'm going to open the door and look. Does my seat look like it's not damaged? Leather all still intact?
I'll let F-350 decide.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good. Yes, he is.
Do you happen to have any spare parts?
He's about to say something. He looks at Nils, and Nils kind of nods. He's like, "Yeah, we do. What do you need?"
Well, F-350 is still not anywhere near full capacity. If you have any excess spare parts, I could use them to help speed his help patch him up. Unfortunately, I used all of ours in the field.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that for you. So Muzz goes.
Do you have any
What?
fuzzy dice?
Nils just kind of looks at you like, "Are you joking?"
To embarrass F-350 every chance I get.
Muzz walks over to some of those boxes and starts pulling spare parts and stuff. And you see Nils kind of look down at his data pad. He's like, "Oh, sorry, need to depart. Business calls." And he walks hurriedly away as Muzz brings over like a bin of parts. He's like, "Will this help?" "I don't know." I'm
Gonna look inside, see what's that.
yeah. So they're just random scrap that you could probably use.
What would be the most embarrassing things I could do to F-350 just in terms of aesthetics and stuff? I'm thinking. Fuzzy dice, metal nuts on the trailer hitch. What else can we do to you?
The truck nuts are totally already there.
That's how we know it's a mail truck.
So as he drops it down and Ann's looking through the parts, Muzz says, hey, he comes over to Corvault. He's like, you look, you're the oldest, right? You're in charge of this group? You look like the leader.
I guess so. People call me that sometimes.
We got more. We got more parts. I can if this doesn't do the trick, but you know, if you cut me in a little bit on that on this cut me a little slice off that some credits or something. Big bucks. I'll take big bucks. That's fine. Niles can get kind of stingy with his parts, but I can work something out.
For spare parts?
Yeah, extra. I know. We got some. We got more.
How many can I tell, like, in this bucket, like rifling through, like how many spare parts are?
So how much do you need to do what?
It is one spare part for 2 hit points, if I recall.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm at 12 out of 40, so what's 40 minus 12?
28.
28.
So we'll need 28 more
Oh.
points, so
Well,
half
14.
that,
Yeah,
yeah,
4.
14.
So you could get, there's about 7 total spare parts. You get him 14 more HP.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to let you know.
Yeah, definitely do that.
And then Corval's gonna take the bucket over to F350 and light up his cigarette and start going to work.
All right.
I'm just going to start looking through the spare parts, seeing what I can do to make F350 feel uncomfortable, because that's what I enjoy.
Okay. I'll let you decide what that is.
I have no idea. I'm going to have to find what are the most embarrassing things you can do to cars, Isaiah. You're more of an expert than me.
I mean, it's pretty hard to ruin a 90s Ford.
Put a spoiler on the top.
A triple spoiler.
Well, I
one
mean,
of the-
slamming it to the ground, but
Nah, that would be damaging you, though. We need you to still work. I just want you to feel uncomfortable.
an obnoxious amount of light bars.
No, that's true. That's true.
Like light bars on the front bumper, light bars on the rear bumper, light bars on the roof rack, light
Oh!
bars on the sides, rock
Oh,
lights.
Here's one they suggest: a gas pedal in the shape of a foot. Yep, that's a terrible one. Fuzzy dice, yeah, that's a classic.
I like light bars that make designs like a flower.
Wolf light bar around the wolf out of neon. Oh, that's it. Under the car, the red neon to go with the wolf.
Yeah, that'd be on a truck, it'd be rock lights.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, so anything like that I can find in there, I'm going for it.
Yeah, you should get you can find track lights and make it say "girl boss" like on the back.
That would get you a stiff smack from the hydraulic manipulator arm.
I want to find the license plate that says "pussy wagon" and get that. Put it there. Yeah, just anything like that I can find, Pete. I'm gonna do. In F350, go way back. Was I given shoes, or do I not have?
Yes, you have shoe.
Everything else got pretty much destroyed in the explosion. Yeah, so I guess right now we're just pimping out F350 for a little bit.
Okay.
Taking about, what, 2 hours, just under, to get through 7 spare parts.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do for this day?
If I can find Allergan, I'd like to ask him who's piloting this ship, because we weren't shown a bridge or anything.
Well, Dane would tell you that he is.
Oh,
Because yeah, Dane is bebopping around. He's up in like the command navigation center and checking on everything. He's like, see, there's no road asteroids. As you can see, I've done these current projections for at least the next 78 days, and I don't see any intersect with any sort of rogue asteroid. So we're good.
Armor level is at 26 or 65%.
Does he do that like all the time? That's weird.
Yes, he does.
I think there's a glitch. We're gonna have to have Carlton take a look at him. He seems to be having some software problems. Maybe he needs an update. It's been a while.
Chloe usually flies the ship sometimes. Like I'm in charge, like when she's not here, or Niles isn't here, and she's out doing Tybo or something. But I'm here, like I got this.
Taking a look around, how nice does the ship look here? Does it look normal? Nice.
It's got a decent navigation system. The control room looks good. Looks like in pretty good shape, clean. There's no rogue wires to trip you, or I can't think of what the term is I want to use. Poor
Cable management.
yeah, wire management, whatever that is.
Yep.
Cable management. It's done very well. Everything's hidden.
Very nice ship. What class is it?
Yeah, free merchant, free.
Yes. Really? A lot of work put into it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Niles has always took care of it. I mean, it's all I've known. So for a while, but I mean, like, this is nice. I mean, since I've been here, it's been this nice. I mean, there's been a couple editions. I think we got a new food processor.
Oh.
Upgraded a couple times.
Okay. What class of spike drive do you use?
Oh, we can do a couple jumps at once, easy. Yeah.
Okay, so at least class 2 or class 3?
Yeah. Yeah. And you can tell that he probably was told not to tell you what classification it is. So he's like remembering that and just be like, yeah.
Oh, do you use a standard sensor mask?
Yeah. So people don't know our ID. Yeah, of course we do.
And this is set up for atmospheric configuration, correct? So you can land on planets and what have you?
Yeah.
And you obviously have extended life support, so how much cargo space do you still maintain?
A decent amount.
Oh, do you use a fuel bunker to extend your range, or a fuel scoop of any kind, or do you just rely on your drive?
Yeah, just the drive. Drive does it all.
Okay.
I mean,
and you have an advanced workshop, obviously.
I don't know if it's really advanced. It's just, I mean, it's Adonna's. I'm sorry, it's Quarter's workshop. It's just parts and stuff she's collected. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's all the stuff she could grab before we left. So, I mean, we've picked up some stuff for her, but.
And you obviously have a tractor beam, which is a very impressive piece of technology.
Yeah. I run that too. I can run that.
Very nice. And I take it that you have a advanced survey sensor array as well.
The picture, he just like logs into one of the computer terminals and starts to look advanced sensor.
Yeah, he's like, oh, hold on, let me check. Yeah, he reaches underneath and grabs like this huge manual.
Well, I mean, obviously, at least your captain has a luxury cabin. Everyone
Yeah,
else.
I mean, well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's gonna be mine eventually when he retires, I think.
In due time, I'm sure. In due time. And since you use a sensor mask, I take it you also use emission dampeners.
Oh, yeah.
And you said that 2 of you pilot the vessel, correct?
Well, Chloe's kind of in charge, pilot. I'm like second pilot.
Okay, but during a normal spike jump, you can do it without a drill course regulator, correct?
Yeah, they got rid of that years ago.
I haven't noticed a med bay though, so I take it you don't have one on board beyond the basic.
No, just some spare stuff we've picked up, in trays.
Yeah, makes sense. What about laboratory? Anything great, or just a standard ship lab?
No, Niles doesn't. He said those usually anytime you get a lab, if bad things happen, stuff blows up. So he don't want a lab on here.
That is true. Do you have an armory or just a standard ship locker?
I mean, we got some weapons. I mean, not many.
That makes sense. No advanced navigational computer? It sounds like you might need one for all the different places you go that aren't along the normal spike jump routes.
I mean, the nav computer gets us where we need to go.
Impressive little ship you have here.
Yeah. You didn't even ask about Niles's humidor. That's really nice.
A humidor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fancy.
Yeah, he specifically wanted that.
Makes sense.
That was put in. That I take that back. That was one of the things put in since I've been here.
Really? That's an impressive upgrade, to say the least.
Yeah.
You gonna show me what the ship can do or not?
No, I'm in strict orders. We're just at impulse power right now, just kind of drifting out here. I can't really do anything.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Right, yeah, but
How far are we from civilization?
he like shows you the screen and like magnifies like 10,000 times. It's like there's nothing out here.
Yeah.
Where are we going anyway?
Just waiting on
Waiting.
Niles to let us know where to go.
So I take it we have at least a single fuel bunker so we can do a second spike jump then? Because we've done one to get here, unless there's a refueling station out here somewhere.
No, we don't. We don't need borax.
Ah, one of those ships. That explains a lot. A very impressive vessel you have here.
It is. Yeah, I'll be in charge of it one day.
I'm certain that you will. Well, if you ever need a pilot, look me up.
Yeah, like second pilot, because I can pilot. So yeah, like second. Yeah. I mean, I don't think Chloe's gonna retire anytime soon, but she might. If Niles retires, then she might retire.
True.
And the rest of them can't pilot.
It can be a pain sometimes. What things do you do when you're not on board?
What do you mean not on board?
Do you ever hang out anywhere on any planets when you're not on mission or do anything?
No, we just, I don't know. We usually stay on the ship.
So-
Niles and Chloe usually go wherever they need to go. We stay here. It's our job. It's where we live.
Don't you ever get shore leave or anything?
The hell's that?
How long have you been here?
About 5, 6 years.
And you've never left the ship since then?
Yeah, I got out once.
You got out once?
Yeah, we stopped at Endo Station, and I ended up, as you can see, he's getting like uncomfortable not wanting to tell you this, but now that he has started. Got out of Endo Station once, and I may have bought the whole place out of Cosmic Cool Doritos, and Niles said, "You are done."
Really? That was you?
Yeah. I got excited.
Oh, I don't see the problem with it. Something that you enjoy. You should be allowed to enjoy it.
Yeah, but I don't know if I really enjoyed it. It was just nice to have the credits and buy as much as I wanted. There might be a few of those bags around here floating around. Niles, I think, hid some of them from me.
I don't think I've ever had them.
Oh, you're missing out.
They're really tasty. The
Okay.
replicator, the food processor cannot get even close to their taste. I've tried.
That
I
is true.
imagine.
So it can be lacking.
Doesn't work.
It just
Damn,
doesn't
now.
have-
Now I'm thinking about them. Now I'm gonna try to figure out where those missing bags are. I gotta focus. And he goes and sits down in the captain's chair and kind of stares out into space.
I'm gonna lean on the captain's chair and go, what you focusing on?
I'm just trying to I gotta make sure everything's in order here. And he starts checking all the numbers like navigation and fuel and da 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 da. You know, he's going through all this. He's doing a systems check.
Has anything ever been out of order here so far?
Out of order yet? No. I mean, sometimes Chloe reads, gets some of these numbers wrong, and or sets the temperature too hot or whatever, and we're like burning up in here. So you always got to check make sure you ain't changing that, or got to keep everything in order.
I'm going to put my hand on top of his hand and go, you've gone ahead and done this already since we've been here. What's wrong?
I mean, there's nothing wrong. I gotta check everything.
You don't have to check it every few minutes. It's fine. It's a ship.
Kind of looks at you. He's like, I don't know. I mean, like,
Listen to me. If you're going to be the captain of a vessel one day, you're going to have to learn to relax and trust the others around you.
I trust them. I trust that they might screw something up.
That's true. But you're going to have to learn to trust them to get things right. That's what it means to be a captain. To be able to place faith in others.
Yeah. I don't know. But sometimes that faith is misguided.
Faith can be. But again, that's why you pick your crew. And you pick the best in the business when you can. You think that these people around, do you think that Nils is picking bad people to be on his ship? Ones that are going to make mistakes?
I don't know. I don't think he had really a choice.
There's always a choice when it comes to your crew.
Yeah, but there's never a choice when it. Oh well. Anyway, I need to get back to work in here. And he gets up out of the chair and walks over to like the nav system and starts messing with that.
I'm going to sit down in the captain's chair. Let's look around.
He instantly turns and looks at you. Are you allowed to do that?
I haven't been struck by lightning yet, so I suppose so.
That's reserved for like the captain or captain assigned duties. That would be me, not you.
You got up from it,
I did.
so I sat down. Are you afraid?
No, but I don't take kindly to squatters.
Squatters now.
Yeah.
Pray tell.
I don't know. I get up from my chair and then you turn around and squat and sit in it.
Well, she is squatting.
Technically, I'm sitting, not squatting. There's a difference. What's up?
You don't need to be in that chair.
I don't.
That's a captain's chair. You're not a captain.
I was.
Not on this ship.
Not yet.
Not yet. As he looks at you.
Just walk away.
And you can see that as he's standing there, you see him tense up, and then you step out of the chair. He tries to relax a little bit. Goes over to the food replicator, and he gets like a cup of coffee.
I'll open the door to leave.
Is the cup of coffee also gruel? It tastes like coffee? Or is it like actual coffee?
That would be some sort of space hell if it was some sort of gruel.
Welcome to space hell.
But yeah, I kind of like that idea that it's like this molten gray matter.
It's coffee.
Yeah, it's coffee tasting. He kind of sips on it, leaves like a mustache, and he's like giving you the death stare as you walk out.
I'm gonna walk out to the door. Bye. And then shut it. I'm gonna go to F-350. How you doing?
Armor level at 65%.
Ming, how do you feel about this current situation? They've been causing you any problems trying to get into your systems?
Not that I've detected, right, Peter?
Yeah, no.
Is there anyone else?
I have been unmolested.
You're doing better than I do on most planets. So, I'm gonna hop into the driver's seat and sit down. F350, how's your sound insulation?
Effective.
Good. There's something very wrong with this ship.
Affirmative.
You notice it too?
Power levels seem irregular.
Yes, and they don't require borax for space flight, which probably means those black crystal things again that Sindum was using.
Indeed, it is most definitely a Sindum era spike drive.
In addition, for a free medicine, it has an awful lot of modules. Especially for it to go ahead and have enough space to put you in here as well in the cargo bay.
Indeed, it would appear as though they are using lightened composite armors to save weight.
Quite possibly. I didn't get a chance to glance at their weapon systems, but I had a feeling that that's something quite impressive. And the crew. One of them even says that he's never been off the ship since he's been here, except one time he snuck out.
Indeed.
That's not normal for any ship crew. It'll drive you absolutely insane being on a vessel that long.
Correct.
There's a lot of questions, and I don't know the answers to them quite yet. F350, are you doing a calculation?
Yes, currently calculating probabilities for advanced armors.
How about you calculate the probability of us being betrayed in some way and killed?
It is possible, however, if they wished to annihilate us, they would have done so whilst most of the crew was unconscious in high atmosphere.
Unless they're trying to get their hands on the nanites as well.
That is one possibility.
There's too many questions for our own good here, unfortunately.
A lot of questions and not a lot of answers.
That's true. Oh, damn. F350, you left your comm bead operational.
My apologies.
Good. Well, hopefully this won't take much longer, but as he says, General Marquardt or Farquhar or whatever his name is, usually is a lot quicker with him. I don't like a delay like this.
Indeed.
Will you be able to transform yourself again and help take the ship if we have to?
Affirmative.
How are you on ammunition for everything?
Laser pistol pack fully charged. 3 shotgun rounds remain.
It's less than ideal. Well, might not have much of a choice in the matter. Hopefully nothing will come of it.
Hopefully.
Affirmative.
Is there anything you need?
Not that we have already exhausted.
All right then. Well, keep your ears open and keep monitoring the sensors. Let me know if you discover anything. Like where we
Affirmative.
are. See if you can find out what sector we are. I'd have Carlton do it, but he's too busy crying at the moment to do much of anything.
Indeed. Navigation computer regularly scanning for system beacons.
I didn't see any when they zoomed out, but they might have been cloaked or something. There's a lot of areas we don't know about.
Affirmative.
Well, anything for me?
Not that I can think of at the current juncture.
All right, then. I'll see you around. And I'll hit the steering wheel and open the door and get out.
Affirmative.
Head back to the room we're staying in for now.
Anything else you want to do that day?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. So we are on the 4th day here.
I do know one thing. That kid's never going to inherit this ship, though.
It's early in the morning and like probably like 3 or 4 o'clock at 4 a.m. And Niles comes out of his room with his smoking jacket. I mean, his robe and his cigar lit. Kind of takes a quick peek, and all of you, whether you're sleeping or not, that's up to you. He heads out into the ship. About 2 hours later, he comes back in. Some soft music begins to play, like to wake you up. Good news, good news. Marquardt has returned, and I've gotten his message. We are to head to a predetermined location to drop off the replicant. Your payday is at hand. The question would be whether you wish to take care of this nano issue now, or shall we postpone that till we relieve ourselves of this, of the replicant head and the body.
Well, how long will the nano situation take, Taylor?
He wakes up and looks at his data pad, which is still frozen on how much money he's down. He's like, oh, no change. Probably about 6 or 8 hours.
How long will it take us to get to that location?
He's like, fractions of seconds. I mean, I have a spike drive.
We might as well take care of it and afterwards then.
After our transaction.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
excellent, excellent. Yes, very, very good. So he gets the crew together. Of course, Dane is already in the captain's chair waiting for some kind of order to do something. And I don't know where y'all, if you all would go into the command center or not. You show up there. Dane is in there. Chloe again shows up in her black leather one's piece with her red hair. That's the first time you've seen her in like 4 days. Gets in the captain's chair. Dane does not look happy to leave, but he gets up and runs over to the navigation thing to check on the navigation, and he's like checking on every system. And I was like, oh, we will proceed to the cloud system. Rosestone Manor will be our destination. It should be some floating ship, space station. And he's like, make sure you avoid, it should be far enough away from the Purple Nebula that we should not encounter any problems. Prepare to spike in 10 minutes. 10 minutes pass, you all take a seat, buckle in. Everything sort of gets weird, strange lights, and hit the meta-dimensional space in 1, 2, 3 seconds, boom. And now you are out into space. You can see there are like 2 stars out here. And in the distance, as it gets magnified, there literally looks like an old 1800 mansion. But it's actually a space station kind of floating out here. He's like, take your time, do not approach too quickly. We don't want to disturb our rendezvous. And just as he says that, The beacon, navigation beacon goes off. He's like, not Dane's like, we got company. We got company. And it spits out, starts spitting out data. Sisters of Karma. Some sort of ship has jumped in either jumped in or just showed up right behind them. We're getting transmissions in, and Niles is like, I'll take it in my quarters. And he leaves the command area.
Well, that was unexpected.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what the hell they're doing out here. They might have been cloaked or something.
Are you friendly with the Sisters of Karma?
Friendly? What are you talking about? I just hope they don't board the ship and shoot us all in the back of the head.
Is there some reason they do that to us?
I don't know. That's what they did to those people in Sindum. Why do you think they wouldn't do it to us?
I assume they had a reason to do it to the people in Sindhu.
I also believe there was currently a intergalactic war going on at the time.
Still doesn't make it right.
In war, very few things are right. Unfortunately.
Shit. Okay, well, let's see. What am I supposed to do? He starts like, you can see he starts thinking like, he's starting to process things like some sort of order of things is supposed to happen. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah. And he runs over to a panel and opens it. And he grabs a bunch of boots and hands you all a bunch of boots that can be like sized and resized. He's like, you need to put these on quick.
What are they?
They're mag boots.
Ah, you're planning on deactivating the gravity, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They can't find that we got this.
You have gravity?
Corvald will put the boots on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got artificial gravity system. What do you think we've been walking around for?
I assumed as much.
I don't think it would affect Janitor Bot. Might surprise him.
Definitely. Janitor Bob puts the boots on anyway. Like, I don't even have
Yeah.
legs. How do I?
Janitor Bot has become immobile.
Janitor Bob, I don't think you need those.
Affirmative.
So you can hear you hear in the comms like Niles say something about make sure you get the boot, and before he can even say it, Dane's like, already done it. They're wearing them right now, and he's like, very good. And then in a matter of seconds, everything starts floating. As you guys are stuck there, as the artificial gravity's been shut off, and this massive battleship sort of dwarfs this free merchant. Like the shadow of it just makes everything dark, and you can see that Dane just kind of looks up like wide-eyed, like, oh boy.
Relax, we'll be fine.
I sure hope so.
Have I ever seen a battleship out of curiosity?
Yeah, you probably would have seen a system Karma battleship, yeah, around the systems, yeah.
Okay. It's a battleship, just don't do anything to piss them off and we'll be fine.
And the door opens and Niles is like, well, unfortunately, we are going to have company. They have insisted on boarding, and I am not about to argue with them.
Did they give a reason?
Do they need a reason? They're a battleship. We're in the cloud system.
Yep. Nothing here, really.
No, there's not much here.
What do we know about the Purple Nebula itself?
Strange occurrences happen there, like ships will come out, drift out. You've heard like that's where crews will go to pick up wreckage. Like ships will go in and then never be seen again, or a ship will come out and then the numbers will show up like, oh, this ship vanished like 10 years ago.
How far are we from the Purple Nebula itself?
A long way away. I mean, you can see it on the
Pretty
nav system because it's blown up, but it's a good distance away.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to get into it in time.
Are you thinking about that Purple Nebula? I see you looking at it on the screen. That's a bad idea.
Better idea than being shot at the moment.
Yeah, but you just said would be cool, would be fine.
We will, unless there's something that we're not supposed to have on this vessel that they'll be looking for. Niles?
I'm sure there's plenty of things on this ship that we're not supposed to have, just as long as I don't find it.
I take it you have a smuggler's hold then, at least?
Who doesn't?
I thought those came pre-installed on every ship.
No, free merchants at least normally. Well, let's hope they don't know where to look.
So you feel like some kind of tractor beam pulling on the ship. There's some communication back and forth about, shut all systems down, prepare for boarding, Sisters of Karma. On a, authorization, ICAAOS, Sector 5, Charter 15, by order of, intergalactic space law, in memoriam of Big Montana. And it's outside, and then you hear a noise, like so they're connecting some tube, and you hear the noise, they start to come in. And you can hear them in the hallway, and the door opens, and Niles has gone out and kind of greeted them. They walk in, they're in power armor, in dark green power armor, carrying an assortment of weapons, probably way more than is absolutely necessary.
I've taken my book on dictators and dictatorships out, and I'm sitting there reading it.
Yeah. And flips open the visor, and it's an older man with like a square jaw, and he's got like one eye that looks like bloodshot and some kind of metal plate in the side of his head. So as he looks around, where's this ship originating from?
That's a good question. Where did any of us originate from, really?
Who might you be?
Well, I'm Corvold. And who are you?
Bit.
Bet. Interesting.
Son of a bitch.
We got comedians.
Someone has to be. This place is far too serious for its own good.
Do Sisters of Karma patrol this space?
We used to patrol the whole Helena Evo. You're familiar with a war that happened about 5 or 6 years ago that ended, aren't you?
Affirmative.
Well, there are those who fled, and we're here to find them. And we search the sector looking for them. This meets the description of a vehicle we have seen at different locations. And our scans indicate that maybe it has come from various systems that are in violation of ICAAOS policy. So, sounds like some explanations need to be had as to what's going on.
In regards to what? The fact that a free merchant vessel is traveling through space? Yes, they tend to do that. They're transport ships.
So, and you can tell, he's got some kind of earpiece in. He's like, so what were you doing in the grist system?
Well, our ship crashed. The spike drive malfunctioned and we wound up crash landed on the planet.
Okay.
My name's Anne May. You'll find my pilot record and information all in the system, I'm certain. You'll find the purchase of a vessel and then our disappearance soon after.
So he, there's like two others behind him. They come in and they like take up all the room. You know, they got weapons. They're just like, yeah. Oh, a Mr. Montreal.
Yes.
Shifty character.
To say the absolute least, our spike drive malfunctioned after our first jump and we wound up crash landing in the grist system.
Yes, but thankfully we're out.
Yes, thankfully we were able to be rescued by this vessel.
Rescued.
Yes.
Well, fair enough. We'll do a lengthy search of the vehicle of this ship. Make sure there's no contraband. And then once we're done with that, we'll release you to go about your whatever it is you're doing.
Hopefully a soon return to civilization. If we have any luck.
Affirmative.
We have an insurance claim to make and probably a person to sue.
Well, get on with your search then.
Hear some more noise. Like two more of them come down, like barely fitting inside here with all their weapons. And they start meandering through the ship, taking out like sensor devices or whatever the hell they're looking for. And one guy comes in the command center and he starts looking around. And Dane is in there sitting down, like staring, watching him. And Nils comes in and they've moved everybody kind of like into this command area.
Well, Niles, I think you need a bigger ship.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit too close for comfort in here.
To say the least.
Well, that's all right. Your ship's probably fine. As long as you don't have any contraband.
And he slaps you on the shoulder. Of course I don't.
I thought so.
Question is how soon we can finish fueling up and then get out of here again. Is Bit still in here with us?
Bit left. He left. One of his lackeys is in here, like going through, like pulling out books, random like books, like floating in the air, and he's like checking on them, and he kind of tosses them. I mean, it's one of those classic government searches where they make an absolute mess.
I know. Any particular book you're looking for?
Just checking for contraband.
Okay.
He like goes to open one of the like sliding doors. It's jammed. He like rips it off, and it begins to float into the air. Nils just kind of shakes his head.
Xanadu, do you mind grabbing that?
Affirmative.
Thank you. Don't need metal parts floating around inside of a cabin. That's for certain.
Definitely not.
I can't wait to get back home. We're going to have a word with Montreal. How much did we pay for that ship again? $350?
I do not have it on my records. I believe one of the two brothers has the receipt.
Probably Carlton, to which he's probably cried all over it by now, so it's illegible. And we'll have to go into the data files again and find the online purchase.
So as having this discussion that one of his grunts is in there, throwing shit around, looking at everything. And he suddenly stops and like he's listening. His eyes get open. He's like, oh, okay. And he starts to look at all of you. And Niles kind of is looking around, and he takes a puff of his cigar. You see him reach into his pocket. He's got like, it's a small little, the size of a garage door opener. He kind of looks at all of you and he's like, I think it's go time. And you see him as he gets ready to press the button, and we'll stop right there.
I beg your pardon? Oh dear.
Nice.
Well, this never would have happened under a big Montana presidency. Thanks, Biden.
Thanks for running, Peter.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
thank you. I know it's actually, we rolled once, I think.
All we needed.
Yeah.
And already now this kid is never getting this ship.
I'm about to pass out, so I'm gonna drop. Have a good night.
All right.
All right. Take care,
Bye.
Dustin.
Okay. Well, that could have gone much worse.
Yes. Much worse.
Indeed.
And for once, it's not me starting violence. Isn't that nice?
No, it's not.
I know. I'm still on 1 HP. If I literally take any damage, I instantly die. This is going to go great. And I don't have my gun on me either.
We never did chain F-350 down. We were just relying on the gravity inside the ship. So
So you're
I can just
floating
see it like just slowly floating towards her, and she's stuck to the ceiling. And just
That's exactly how they discovered the contraband. They hid it inside of your wheel well, and you floated up. They just look like, what the hell? Oh dear.
I'm guessing they found the parts of the android. That
They
is my
found the
best
parts of
guess.
the android. Or it's either that, or they discovered the nanomachines, or they discovered the person who was there because he's part of the eclipsing mind.
Or the illegal Sindoom spike drive.
Oh, the evil Sindooms. That's a lot of contraband on this ship. Easily.
Yes.
And I really don't trust them in their smugglers' holds. None the least because, of course, we have the kid going ahead and running half the things in the ship in complete panic mode constantly.
Watch this also be the battleship that's being driven by Peg Leg Jim, in which there's no hope for us escaping. His pilot skill is way too good.
Yeah, I've only got 3 dice and a +1. I'm too low level to go against Peg Leg Jim. Yeah, that's why I was like, how far are we from the nope, no fucking way. We ain't getting there. But no, that went a lot better than it could have.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't start any fights.
No, though I have no idea how we're going to get out of this one because we're caught inside of a battleship. We're tractor beamed into it. We're in its arse.
Well, so the way Peter described it, I thought you said some kind of tube attached to us, right? We didn't get pulled inside the ship,
No,
so
you
we're
didn't get
not
pulled
locked
inside.
their
Right.
carrier bay.
No, but we still have the tractor beam that can just grab us.
If it's got one, not all battleships have one.
That's what they used to pull us in, was a tractor beam.
See, I thought they just pulled up alongside us and extended a boarding tube.
No, they did use a tractor beam.
Oh,
So we can't
yeah,
exactly escape.
yeah, then that's going to be a difficult process.
Yes.
I mean, our only hope is to emergency spike jump.
which could very well rip our ship apart depending if they have magnetic clamps attached to the ship.
This is true.
No, our only hope is Carlton hacking their ship and deactivating their tractor beam and the emergency clamps, and then we spike jump. Or General Markoth coming in with a really big fucking ship. Several. At the end of the day, I mean,
Yeah, if that general shows up, he's ICAAOS, which I believe takes precedence over sisters, because the sisters are on extended contract with the ICAAOS, aren't they?
really going to depend on what they say.
Has Marquard's affiliation ever been said?
I
don't-
thought you said ICAAOS, but I could be wrong.
I don't think in this campaign it's been said.
I don't know who he is.
I am technically from the swarm system on Boros. So technically my character is from, old Sindum controlled sector, even though it was loosely controlled at the time.
I was picturing F-350 be from that world that we started the Stars Without Number campaign on, the one with all the robots.
Oh, you mean is it Ner? Yeah, Ner.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of where
I'm-
I was picturing F-350 was from.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm from Boros on Swarm, near the Vanguard Nebula shipbuilding station. So I shouldn't be a problem though, because technically we were only loosely under the affiliation of Sindum, technically, and Vanguard was actively working against them, so I should be fine. And F-350 should be fine. We still haven't figured out what the secret organization we're both a part of yet. We still have no idea. We could be part of, like some evil Sindum cult or some shit and not know it. I think Peter's going to have to tell us what we're part of at some point. Because maybe that's what's up, is my ID came back and you came back and it's like, oh shit, they're part of the same group. We don't know. I mean, how long has F-350 existed for?
I was picturing he's probably military surplus from some war a long time ago.
Okay, yeah. Because Anne May's 19 in her thing.
Yeah, I was kind of picturing F-350 was probably mostly destroyed on a battlefield like long ago, and then was rediscovered and reactivated, and then he made his own way throughout the galaxy until he found Ner and lived there for quite a while.
Made sense, robots.
Hmm.
Yeah, and Anne May's story is more she grew up on Boros and that's kind of had to survive any way she could, because of course it's a fucking shithole planet. It's Boros. Bunch of law enforcement officers and a fucking police state and shit. And eventually she got to the Vanguard Nebula shipbuilding plant, and that's where she learned to be a pilot. So, I mean, what secret organization would they both be a part of? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I mean, in the story I have for her, she kind of got off of Boros and used her charisma to do that, which involved a lot of negotiations and talking to people and, whatever else she had to do. So maybe they met on the way there or at the Vanguard Nebula station. And we left from the herd system, correct, Peter? When we first got into the crash, or was it business? We leave again. But apparently we've both known each other for a long time as well, from the same secret organization.
I wonder if maybe F-350 was after you left Ner, damaged or deactivated at some point, and you just purchased him.
That's possible.
And come to find out, he's an actual being and not just a truck.
Yep. Got very annoyed with it. Yeah, that makes most sense. I mean, it just depends what secret organization we'd be part of. Because I probably could have purchased you after the war, would be my guess, within that 5 year period. But it would have been very soon after. Which, might have made sense, because there was a lot of scrap going to the Vanguard Nebula at that time. Because we were having them sabotage ships and shit.
Yeah.
With Big Montana. I would have been, at the end of the war, 14 years old. What organization, what a cult did I wind up joining to get on Boros, Peter? Yeah, because that might be the problem that actually came up as us. That's actually a good question, Peter.
What?
For someone to become a pilot, they'd have to go through a form of formal training, correct?
Yeah.
Or would there be
There's some-
apprenticeship kind of things instead possible? Or
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, so I mean, like, how would I become a pilot then overall? It might have been through that secret organization that I became a pilot.
That would probably make more sense.
Yeah, and then just the question of what that secret organization did. I assume some kind of most likely smuggling at the very least, because that's what all secret organizations tend to do. It's not smuggle shit. Would I have seen combat as a pilot before? It's another question.
That's up to you.
And it's not. And again, it falls on the secret organization.
Yeah, I think you'll figure out that's secret organization
Yeah.
that holds the key.
The key to we don't remember what secret organization we belong to.
Yeah.
We keep undercover and don't even know it. There we go. Our memories were both wiped. We both know we were part of some organization, but we don't know what it is. And we have memories of each other and working together and all that, but there was a
Right.
reason we got that ship, and it was to do something for that organization, but we're not sure what it was anymore. It was removed from our minds because we were just supposed to do the jump and drop something off. There we go. We don't even know what we belong to.
Right.
Didn't even know what you're getting into.
Nope, we are the problem, and we don't even know it yet. For all we know, we might have been working for a sect of Sindoom.
Right.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Later.
All right, take care.